And so I call my aunt,
I do
Carolyn,
those.
and I say, Aunt Carolyn, I want to send this girl flowers. She's like, well, how much do you want to spend? I was like, I don't know, like $20. And she's like, okay, I got you. My aunt sent this girl in a flower arrangement that was so big,
Right.
they wouldn't let her ride the bus home.
What's up, everybody?
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the Tug of More. We're back, baby.
We're back.
It's been a few weeks.
I don't know if we're better than ever, but we're back.
always better than ever.
We are.
I think so.
It's been a busy run here, and so we've had
That's
a
right.
lot of
Junk
fish
going
in
on.
the fire,
Fish in the fire?
sticks in the fire, fish in the pan, fish in the
Fish in the
barrel.
sea.
We've had a lot of things happening over the last number
Yeah,
of weeks.
that's right.
And so it's been really hard to break away.
Irons in the fire.
Irons in the fire.
There it is.
What it
Took me
really
too
is
long.
we're in a big theological series.
Yes.
And so I'm adding a little bit extra time,
Yes.
And
He's
so
been in
it's-
he's been in sermon holes.
a little sermon hole as we're teaching on God's grace,
Yep.
and we've been doing some deep work there.
Yep.
So making sure that that's nice and smoothed out.
But we're here.
We're here.
We're here to talk about all the things. However, prior to us turning on the cameras, we started talking about interesting ideas of how we can support our kids and the next generation and how that is so good. But the other day you saw something that if your daughter ever does, you will not be supportive of. If she's ever goes to school for phlebotomy,
Oh yeah, my boy Marvin. Dude, Marvin out there
he's
just
a king. He's a king dad. He's a king dad because I could not do it as a mom.
dude, my boy Marvin just out there getting stabbed in the arm. So
His daughter Abby is in
Abby's trying to
phlebotomy school.
She got to stab 100 people before she can graduate
She
or
has to have
something.
so many hours of taking people's blood. And y'all, we were like, "There's no way. There's
I'm not
no
it.
way." He posted a picture, or Bernadette did it, and said like, "Hey, if anybody wants to get like their blood drawn or an IV from Abby,
so hey, tug team, if
so
anybody
y'all
needs
should
to
go
get
help her out."
if anybody needs to get stabbed in the arm,
If you're not afraid of needles, I've given blood multiple
I don't
times.
think we've ever done a promo like that ever.
What, like you said, for
Like we
go-
haven't like told anyone, hey, go here for your business, go here for this, but we
Well,
just literally said,
Well, we
"Well,
did
people
this
gonna
one for free for Abby, but what if we instead raise sponsorship?
Oh yeah. If you cut hair, hit us up.
I can
if
tell you who my
wash
hairdryer
dogs,
is.
hit us up.
If you do roofs, if you, yeah, there we go.
I saw my boy Marvin standing there,
Yes.
like with the thing on his arm, and I was like, God, please don't let Lillian want to be a nurse.
I go sometimes.
Let
to-
her be a ice cream maker.
Yes, I go sometimes to the Carter blood care because I have like the really rare, whatever it's called, blood that like
Crazy
they
blood.
need or whatever. So I go give it, yes, crazy blood. So I go give it sometimes every now and then. And the ladies at the Carter blood care by my house have been there legitimately 25 years. They have worked
they're
at the
pros.
same place. And I still, hey, I'm super nervous. I still give them the whole
Yeah.
rigmarole every time before
Yeah.
they do it. And I'm like, they've been doing this 25 years. They know what they're doing, but I get and I have to like,
I don't.
I'm fine. I'm not
Yeah.
nervous. I'm fine.
I go to Envision Imaging, and it's always just the most random person who looks like they got trained 3 minutes ago.
Really?
And they kind of got a bad attitude.
When you have to give your blood or when you.
when I do a blood test.
Yeah.
And so I sit down there, and dude, I start sweating. And I'm telling myself, I'm okay. Now what I do is the opposite of what pastors are allowed to do. I put my headphones in, and I watch something, and I don't even talk to the person.
Okay, let's talk about this.
I say like, hey,
You just
hey,
took
I
us
get
in
kind of
another
nervous.
direction.
I get kind of nervous when I give blood, and
Yeah.
so what I'm about to do is kind of rude. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna put headphones in and pretend like I'm not even here.
You
And they're
need to
like-
go to Quest.
And they're like, that's totally fine. And I put in my headphones and I watch some off-roader YouTube build a truck or
That's so
something.
nice.
And then they do it, and then when I'm done, I don't even say thank. I just sit there for another minute and then I leave.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, it's
That's a
then
good
I'm
idea.
good.
That's good. That's
What
yeah.
do we need to talk about?
Well,
I'm about
as
to get capped?
pastors,
Oh yeah.
no. This is a thing I've been
If
doing.
you want to open this can,
I love my people. They know I love them. But I go to a lot of people that I know and love
Mm-hmm.
for a lot of my beauty routines of life. And I was talking to somebody the other day and they were like, oh yeah, I just go and fall asleep. Like when they get their lashes done, they just go and fall asleep. And I was like, oh, I don't. I talk for the whole time. Then someone else was getting their hair cut and they were like, yeah, I just put my headphones in and I just listen to a podcast. And I was like, oh no, I love the people that do these. And so I'm like, yeah, as a pastor sometimes. But the thing is,
guys, here's what Whitney's trying to say. Let her relax.
no, this
Quit,
is the thing.
quit asking her pastory
I don't
questions.
think I would-
Just
No.
dip her head in purple and let her just sit there in patience and quiet.
I don't think even if I was going to people, I was just kind of like, I never thought of that before. And like doing those kind of, I guess if I go and get my nails done, I don't know them. I don't talk to them. But I also do. I think it's just part of my DNA.
You don't talk to them if you don't know them.
But I'll say like the girl did my nails last time. Her name's Angela, and I asked her, and she likes the cat eye nails, and she works every day except Thursdays. Like I found out a lot about her life because that is just
but you're not like breaking down Corinthians.
No,
or talking about her marriage.
Of that. No, but I might by the fourth time. You never know. So maybe it would be.
Well, I don't put myself. I'm not in those situations. I cut my own hair.
Yeah.
I just close my eyes, put my clippers on one, and go. Bzzz. Everything's the same length. Trustin's head is like a tennis ball.
But I've had that happen with massages, and it's my own fault. Where they start asking questions, and then I have to keep talking, and I should have just never talked to them, and then
no,
I
don't. Well, no, I don't talk. I try. I wish I could get a massage every week. It's just too expensive.
Yeah.
We had a lady in the church one time tell me she was a massage therapist, and I could come see her, and I was like, nope.
No, you like to keep those things separate.
That's
keep them separated.
Weird.
What's that?
I can't do it. I can't be like,
all right.
Hey, how are you? And then take my shirt off and lay down on her table. I'm like,
feels I get it. So,
I hope you don't speak my language.
Yeah, no, let's
just keep
sense.
it. You know what I mean?
Keep it copacetic. I don't know. I would like to do that, but also I would not because I would miss it. So maybe that's just a default.
You threw me off with the Lillian goes to school and things you wouldn't let her do, and I was like, what?
You really started thinking of all the things
because a bunch of these 12 Lillian's 12 and a bunch of her contemporaries be starting to have boyfriends, and I'm like, y'all better someone better spray these girls with a garden hose.
Spray them down and tell them chill out.
Y'all better relax. You can't even drive. That boy is a fool. Don't date him.
Do you remember when we were young and people would say we're going out? And
where? Where are you going?
That's what I was going to say. Older people our age would say to us when we were young, where are you going? And then it was like, oh, we're 12. We're not going out anywhere. But nowadays people take their kids to the movies with their friends to drop them off. I'm not doing that.
Here's the difference, friend.
What?
When me and you were coming up, we didn't have these things called cell phones.
Correct.
That also had cameras attached.
And internet access.
We didn't have social media.
Right.
So like
you're right.
we were unable to, it's like I got off the bus and just didn't see anybody.
If a boy wanted to call me, he had to call my house and
your
talk to
dad
my
was
mom.
like, hello?
Or my dad, even worse. Is Whitney there?
Is Whitney there?
And then my dad would be like, who's this? Before if it was a boy, he always said, who's this? And then the boy would have to say who it was.
Like a landline is a thing that kids don't even know what it is. My dad, I remember when I went through puberty, my dad started answering the phone differently because people would think
you were him
that I was him. And so my dad started answering the phone like, hello?
Hello, this is Jonathan.
And then they would know it was him and then who he was giving the phone to.
Kids don't know about a lot of things like that. You know, the other day, I heard Tyler was giving advice to a youth student about asking a girl out, and I heard him tell him, well, you need to ask her dad.
Oh, yeah.
But this boy then went and only asked the mom. And Tyler was like, no, sir, not the mom, the dad. And it was like mind-blowing to the student's life.
Yeah, because he's scared.
He couldn't believe that that's what you were supposed to do.
I want to know who it is so bad.
Well, I'll tell you later.
Okay. All these kids.
But when Andrew and McKinley are friends, but he took her to dinner the other night for Valentine's because he was being a nice friend.
Whoa!
And they're just friends, everyone. But he showed up. He had flowers. He rang the doorbell. He got out of the car, rang the doorbell. Hello, Aaron. Hello, Whitney. Then took her to the car. And I was like, I don't know if any other boy has ever. Maybe they have, but
I didn't ever try to do that for a friend.
Yeah, well,
if I bought you flowers, I was trying to holla.
Okay, but
I was like, "What up, girl?"
But that's not true. You had a lot of girls thinking you were trying to date them because you were nice, and you didn't.
That's true. You want to hear a funny story? One time, there was this girl I kind of had a crush on, but she went to another school, and it was like her birthday or Valentine's Day or homecoming or something, and I wanted to buy her flowers.
Yes.
Have I already told the story?
I don't think so.
And so I wanted to buy this girl flowers. She went to Davison. I went to Grand Blanc.
Okay.
And so my aunt owned a flower shop. And so I call my aunt, Carolyn, and I say, Aunt Carolyn, I want to send this girl flowers. She's like, well, how much do you want to spend? I was like, I don't know, like $20. And she's like, okay, I got you. My aunt sent this girl in a flower arrangement that was so big, they wouldn't let her ride the bus home.
Oh, no.
It was so absurd. She took like all the flowers that were a day older. I don't know what she did. And she made and put it was like in a giant plastic thing. She had to call her dad and get a ride home.
Oh no.
And so then like
she was mad at you.
No,
And
no.
so
Then the
she-
world thought like, oh, Trustin's in love with this girl, and I was like, no, I'm not in love.
only
I'm
spent
trying. I'm like
$20.
spitting a little bit of game right now, but I'm not in love with you.
That's really funny.
And so that was a good one. I don't know if I should have thanked my aunt or got mad at my aunt.
When Easton was in like 7th grade, it was Valentine's, and this girl that he liked or whatever, I remember we bought like a big, like an oversized teddy bear and a balloon for like, he's in 7th grade. And she was like, you didn't buy me this ring from James Avery that I wanted. And
Dude,
I
you
remember
better-
being like, no,
We're done
not
with-
that girl.
we're done
We
with
don't
her."
talk to her anymore. That's crazy. You're in 7th grade. Where are y'all going when you're 12? You can't go nowhere.
I don't know.
I'm not driving my kid nowhere.
I just Lillian invited me to go and speak at her school's junior high
Yes.
FCA Fellowship of Christian Athletes event.
Yes.
And so, of course, I said yes.
Yes.
And so I went on a Tuesday night to a gymnasium
Yes.
with 8 teenagers in the bleachers.
Good job.
8 junior hires. And so I taught their Valentine's Day
Okay.
FCA thing. And the teacher that brought me wanted me to teach on love.
Okay.
And so I told a story about how I had a crush on a girl in like 6th grade. And they're all sitting there like this. Like so freaked out, like not moving,
That you
not
admitted,
laughing.
or
that I say the word crush
Oh.
in
Front of
in
other
front
people
of-
who could possibly have a crush on each other.
and it was as I'm talking, and I was like, "Oh, they're all freaked out right now," and so I just leaned in, and I
That's
just
so
kept,
good.
I just kept doing it. It went good.
But you told the story. You tried, but it didn't hit, right? You like
I had
say the
I had a
story.
crush. I was in 6th grade. I had this crush on a girl named Michelle, and so you make the little
Valentine's.
Valentines that you give everybody in the class.
Yes.
Well, so I make them, and I'm like taping little chocolate suckers to the little
Yep.
Valentine card, and one of the chocolate suckers on the outside it says "I love you" on it, and I was like, "This one's going
Winner.
to Michelle." So I tape it on, and I put it on everybody's box. I'm watching Michelle, and she gets it, and she don't pay no attention. She just gets the next one. I'm like, "Oh, she didn't read it." Well, I have a backup plan because that's how I roll.
Yeah.
And I brought a backup "I love you" chocolate sucker, and so during lunch, I walk over to her lunch table.
Yeah.
And I'm talking. I have the sucker in my hand. I'm talking, and I just like put the sucker down on the table in front of her and then leave. And I'm like, I'm out.
I did it.
I did it. I have now.
I've
I've
I love you'd her.
yeah. And so a couple minutes go by, and here she comes, walk across the cafeteria with this "I love you" sucker. I'm like, this is it. She is about to profess her love
Yeah.
for me. And she comes over and she says, "Hey, Tristan, did you left this on the table?" I said, yeah. She says, "Oh, I don't like chocolate. You can have it." And then she just walks away, and I was like, dude, biggest fail of my life.
It just makes me laugh because
And so I told that story. I told it real big.
Yeah.
Like real full
Yeah.
energy. And I'm like passion to these bunch
To
of
these
7th graders.
yeah.
And they're just like, why is he saying the word crush? I'm so nervous right now.
because my crush is 3 people over,
Yeah.
and now I might be rejected. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah.
It's really
But then I
funny.
talked about what love is
That's good.
versus what a crush is.
Oh, that's nice. That's helpful. They
And
need to
then
know
hit him.
that.
And then I had just preached on Sunday here, love God, love others. So then I just love God, love others. This is what we're called
Don't
to do.
be punks to each other,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. Don't be mean.
Yeah.
Love
Don't
people.
reject boys meanly.
Invite someone to sit next to
Be
you.
nice to them.
Yeah.
That's good. I love it.
What else is happening?
I don't know. We had a really busy week.
Your daughter's her birthday today.
Oh yeah, today's my daughter's 21st
Lily,
birthday.
Whitney has a 21-year-old.
Correct. This is bananas. But do you know what's crazier?
I think that means you and I are officially no longer spring chickens.
no.
I don't know what we are.
We
Old
are
hens.
We're eagles, bro. We're not even chickens.
Okay,
so
I'll take
remember
that.
that.
Yeah.
That's our whole thing. But I was gonna say, but I guess we're bald eagles. we're old eagles.
Dang, that feels really.
I didn't mean it.
That feels really directed my
No,
direction.
I said we are bald eagles,
Okay.
meaning like we're old, like eagles are older because they're bald. So maybe that's what it means. Sorry, that's not. I take back my joke. Want to know the wildest part that I realized later today? I said to someone and I was like, "Oh shoot, I am the age that no, my daughter is turning the age that I was when she was born."
Better hurry up, McKinley.
No, she said, that's crazy. And I was like, yeah, I had my kids when I was super young. And so she is 21 and I was 21 when she
And
was
she's
born.
your second kid.
And that was my second kid. Yeah. So that's wild. But anyway, it's very crazy to have a 21-year-old because it's very like 21 is like we were like talking about it. And I'm not sure other than alcohol, there's like something else you can do at 21. I don't know. But for whatever reason, 21 feels like because you can vote, you can do it. We were
But,
talking
like, your
about it
brain's
earlier.
not all the way
you
developed,
can go,
right?
No,
Till
still not till
25.
25, right?
At least in men.
We were talking about it because there's not really anything else new that happens. I don't think because you can do everything else at 18. Oh, she can rent a hotel room. You can't rent a car though till 25. So there's still a few years left where she's gonna need some wisdom from her parents. But for the
You had
most
a kid
part,
at 19. Rachel didn't have Lillian until she was 30.
I know it's bananas, right? It's
Yeah,
bananas.
we chose the extreme end.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah, when
that
I remember
option.
when McKinley was 19 thinking, that's crazy that I had a baby at 19. That's crazy. But the Lord is good and he took care of me.
Okay, what else? We were talking about something earlier. That,
What were we talking
I
about?
don't remember.
I don't either. That led us to where we were.
Manicures and pedicures.
Oh, yeah. I ran into my girl Tina. It was her birthday yesterday. So McKinley's birthday's today. Happy birthday, daughter. I love you so much. Yesterday was our girl Tina's birthday. And I ran into her and Aida. They were getting pedicures last
Tina,
night.
Aida. It sounds like a
I
Cisco
know.
song.
They were getting pedicures for Tina's birthday. And I just happened to be driving in the parking lot that they were in. And then they said that they take their husbands to a place right over here by the church and get pedicures.
Michael don't get no pedicure.
That's what they said.
I don't believe
They
it.
said they do. And I was like, I need them to talk to Aaron because I've tried to get him. We went one time and he was just like, this is not for me.
No, I'm not doing that.
This is not a thing for me. I love you. You can do this, but I do not want to do this. And I was like, are you just insecure because you got that one crooked toe? And he's like, no, it's just weird.
Don't touch my feet.
Yeah. And I'm like, I think it's super relaxing, but I guess men, I don't know, men sound off. Do you get pedicures?
No. How much does it cost?
It's only, I mean, it can be anywhere. I imagine the men one is not expensive. It can be anywhere from like 25. If they try to upcharge you all the way to like 65, but you don't have to do that. I usually pick one that's about 35 to 40, depending, because they do like the sugar scrubs and the hot stone massage and the
For
things.
$35, I could buy so many other things that I could keep for a lifetime. You know what I'm saying?
I keep happy feet for a lifetime, but I have to spend 35 more than once. So you're right. I
Michael,
don't know.
what are you doing? I had my fingernails done once by a girl in college. She sanded them down and then put the shiny stuff
Yeah.
on them, and I felt suspicious all week, and so I was like,
You were hiding your fingers.
it's like sitting in class with my hands like
Okay.
not showing my
Like,
fingers
what's
off.
wrong with Tristan?
I was worshiping the Lord like this.
Oh my word! You could have just buy some nail
That's not
polish
true.
remover.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know, but do you have super strong fingernails?
Yeah, my fingernails. I have to use toenail clippers to clip my
So
fingernails.
does my husband. That's so.
I'll try to
frustrating.
clip them, and I'll push the thing down, and the back of the fingernail clippers just touch each other.
I don't understand if it is a. Is it like a
I think I have
physiological like
calcium output
men
or
have
something.
more that or just certain men?
I went and had a DEXA body scan, and I am in the 98th percentile of bone density,
Okay.
which made me feel good. That one of the reasons I'm so heavy is because I am literally big boned.
Yeah, you have
my
big bones.
bones are dense,
You have dense bones.
and so I'm like that. I think I'm not a scientist, but I
But
don't know
you
why
think
it didn't
that-
apply to my hair follicles. Well, on the top of my head, everywhere else, they're working.
They're working fine.
Top of my head, they left the chat.
Oh.
As Whitney pointed out with her bald eagle
I
comment.
was not calling you bald, but I was just being funny. I was trying to be punny, but then I realized, oh,
Me and Aaron about to fly to.
Turkey. I've told
Turkey.
him multiple times if that's what he wants, but I'm just like,
If only I knew a pilot that could
we
take
were
me there.
we were talking about the other day though with some of the young ones because some of these younger guys are like, you know, what if I lose my hair and all the pieces? But they behind y'all's back were saying that you are both good bald-headed men.
I have a nice shaped head.
They have nice heads. They look handsome, shaved. Like without, they don't need hair to be handsome.
There's stuff you can do,
and
but
some of them were like, I need hair to be handsome.
I have researched it. You can do stuff. You
Yeah.
can take a bunch of different chemicals and injections in your head to regrow, it,
regrow
but
it.
it just essentially messes up with some other hormones.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I would rather keep
Correct.
these hormones high and not
these-
push these ones
yes.
to get
so,
hair.
it's good. It's like aging. It's just life, you know? I wear eye creams.
All right,
and
what are we talking
skin
about?
creams, but I'm still not going to do the facelift yet. Maybe one day.
Is this what we're doing?
No, we're supposed to talk about something good. What are we talking about?
I'll go get a facelift.
Oh, do you know why I wouldn't want to do it? Here, I can spin it.
This is about to be the worst roll in.
It is.
I already know what she's going to say, and it's not going to be good, but go for it.
Because of growing up, I was always like afraid to be vain because then that would be main character energy. See what I did?
Yeah, I knew what you were going to do. It's even worse than I thought it was going to be.
Well, yeah, I got insecure because you said, I know what you're going to say. It's going to be terrible.
Main character energy. Oh, actually, this brings up another thing I've been thinking about.
What?
That's not even on that topic.
What?
A bunch of my pastor friends have started podcasts,
Yes.
but with their wife.
Well, because they don't got a crazy one of me.
But do you know what Rachel doesn't want to do?
Right, be on a podcast.
Rachel don't want to come and sit down. Rachel wants to go on a date with me.
Well, yeah.
Rachel wants to spend time with me. But Rachel, and so I watch my buddies that have their wives on these podcasts with them, and I feel like those boys are twisting their wife's arm every week to show up and sit down and do these podcasts because it's the dude talking the vast majority amount of the time, and then he's like, what do you think? And then if she doesn't perfectly agree, they kind of get into this awkward
This is the part
fight,
that
but
I
that they don't
like
want everybody to see.
about our friendship.
Cause yeah, I don't
We
have
can
to
get in a
appease
fight
you.
and then it doesn't matter. It doesn't actually. I mean, it matters, but you know what I mean. Like we can disagree, and then
We do.
What?
Yeah, we do need to get Aaron and Rachel on. It's been 5 years.
Is that how long it's been?
You know what would be
But
really
you
fun?
know why? Because they don't care. That's
They
why
don't care.
we never.
We tell them what we should do. Sound off if you want this. If we just get Rachel to come sit in this chair and Aaron to come sit in that
Yeah.
chair and just see what they say.
What would they even talk about? They would talk about how ridiculous we are.
Yeah.
That would be their favorite point of conversation.
I want that to happen really bad. Can we just schedule that, make that happen?
Yeah, we can find a time. That's really funny.
Okay, main character energy.
But it's, you know why? Because they don't have main character energy.
They're better than we
but
are.
we might.
Yes. Oh, there's no question. That's a giant battle.
We might have had to fight that in our life.
Okay, talk about, define what even main character energy is
Well, main character.
and why we need to understand anything about it.
Yes. Okay. So, especially if you have the personality that tugs into more, I think, then you can start to think that the whole world kind of revolves around you. So when you watch a show, let's think of it. I was thinking about this show. Do you remember this show, The Wonder Years?
Yeah.
Did you ever watch it?
Yeah.
Fred Savage.
Yeah. And
Winnie
then,
Cooper.
And then the one kid grew up to be Marilyn Manson.
Is that true?
No, but I think that was like
The rumor or something?
that was like pre-Snopes.
Oh, really? But okay,
neighbor.
in that show, Fred Savage is the main character.
You just dated yourself so hard. Andrew, you know what the Wonder Years is? You might as well have said the Brady Bunch.
No, it's not that old, is it?
Bro,
dang.
you might as well
Oh,
said Dick Van Dyke.
Okay, fine. Let's go a little Family Matters. That's a little bit later.
Yeah, Steve Urkel.
What is Will Smith's one?
Fresh Prince?
Fresh Prince.
That's a better one.
That's a
Okay,
better
that's
one.
at least,
Okay.
you know Fresh Prince?
That's at least in the 90s. Fresh Prince.
Keep my wife's name out.
Yeah, that. Will Smith is the main character of. There are other characters in the show,
Yeah.
but the main storyline, the main dialogue revolves typically around the main character.
Yeah, they'll have Carlton on an offshoot.
Yeah, and he like
Ashley might get into a little
Yes.
trouble from time to
Saved by
time.
the Bell, Zach Morris and Kelly Kapowski are the main characters.
Kelly
now,
is? You think Kelly is a...
I mean, Zach is the main
Zach's the
character.
primary
He's
character.
the primary main character. I was just trying to use it to tell that time that Jesse Spano took too many caffeine pills, remember?
I'm so excited.
So scared.
And I just can't hide.
Remember? And I was like, when you watch it back later, I'm like, this was like drama when I
Who
was
did she
young.
cry to? Zach?
Yeah,
or
because they
AC?
were like BFFs growing
yeah.
up since kindergarten, but then Kelly was his main love or whatever. That they ended up getting married in the
Have you
college
seen...
years.
Have you seen what Slater looks like? What's his name?
AC Slater. Yep. Mario Lopez. The exact same.
What? This dude is drinking baby's blood.
Yeah.
What is going on?
I don't know,
Have you
but he
seen the
looks-
Epstein files? You seen Ellen DeGeneres is eating babies?
There's a lot of things.
Have you
in
seen any of
those.
that? It's
There's a lot of
crazy.
things in
I'm like,
those.
how does Mario Lopez? He's got to be 10 years older than me.
Oh yeah.
The bro looks Put a picture. How is this dude? How is this dude 50?
Because he probably been, I don't know, taking the supplements.
You know
for a
why?
long
He
time.
probably gets his fingernails and
He probably went and got pedicures with his
he
wife.
probably got a pedicure.
Who did he marry? He married that cute girl. I forgot. They've been married.
Lisa
a long
Turtle.
Time. No, he didn't. But he
That was
could
a
have.
pull.
That was a pull. That was a good
amazing
pull.
how your brain
See?
works.
So anyway, main character energy is how Zach Morris literally would say timeout, and then he would talk to the camera because he was the main character. He was the only one who was allowed to call a timeout.
Was Jim the main character of The Office, or Steve Carell? Probably Steve.
Yeah.
Steve?
Yeah, Steve Carell.
Yeah, but
Michael Scott.
Michael.
Which
I guess
then,
Michael Scott was
when
good.
he left, is why the show basically fell apart.
Are there any shows with women as main characters?
Hello,
We just named 3 that were
Hello?
all men. So,
Leslie Knope.
oh yeah, Leslie's the main character.
She's the main character.
Yeah,
Like, he had to
Leslie's-
decide if he agreed if Ron was also the
yeah,
main
yeah. I was like, wait, what about my boy Ron?
What else can we think of? I don't know. There's a bunch. Like Full House. Well, I don't know. They're not. They're all kind of main characters. But main character energy is when you are the main character. Everything of the show revolves around you.
Yeah.
All of the details, all of the
And so it's
important things.
It's really easy to go through life
thinking.
living like you're the only kind of character that any plot line matters about.
Yes, and I think that that became a phrase over the last, I don't know, however many years, because as social media has taken over the world, like as the internet has been so prevalent, now we all have this ability carrying these things around to be the main character of our own like story that we're telling, and then it's really easy for that to transfer to everyday life.
Well, because when we were growing up, Trustin Babbitt as a high schooler did not have a brand.
Correct.
I didn't have a brand. I was just like
I mean,
a kid.
you showed a picture of yourself on Sunday, and my
Okay.
No, that was your brand. You were like laughing at yourself, but I'm like,
But I'm saying
you
like I did
weren't-
not have an Instagram feed that I had to keep up with so that all of the pictures were of the same
No,
like
correct.
tonalities.
No, correct. But you,
I didn't use the same font
Yes, correct.
for
Correct.
my brand.
but you had like your way that you were. But you're right. It was because you were like, this is my way to represent to the world. Now, like your truck was your way for people to know who you were.
Correct.
But now branding and like our picture is the way we represent to the world constantly. And that's, I think, what creates that main character energy, because I'm so self-focused on myself all the time
Yeah.
that then I think that the whole world revolves around myself.
Yeah.
And in our line of work, just to be real transparent, it gets real easy to become the main characters
Yeah.
because we're literally talking in a microphone, because we're literally the ones.
It's already like our human propensity
Yes.
to think that to be selfish.
Well,
It's about self.
And
But
our
then-
giftings and our like talents are communicating,
Yeah.
being in front of people, talking and leading.
calling.
And yeah, and so it's like it's a very easy thing to align into like, ooh, this like super good thing and also not good thing can come together and oops.
Right, because this weird thing in my life, there's this weird thing that happens every 7 days where like I walk onto a elevated floor
Correct. Like an elevated platform and actually
over 1,000
to-
people
Right.
and talk for an hour with lights on me.
Yeah. It's a very
And so
weird thing.
I understand why it's easy for pastors or people in ministry to start to think that they are the center of it all.
Yes. The main character. And so we started talking about it like
Years ago, back at the pig.
a while ago, and we're like, how do we not be the main character? How do we not in our life become the main character? How do we not in our friend circles become the main character? How do we not in just the church world become the main? How do we be intentional to say, oh wait, Jesus is the main character of this story, no matter what it is, no matter who we are, no matter what we're doing. But it's an intentional decision. What?
And not just that Jesus is the main character, because that's like hyper spiritual.
Well,
but
yes.
in my relationships, to care about other people's storylines other than just mine.
Equally or more so than.
Right.
Yeah. And I think that that's it's such an intentional choice that you
Like me, I
have to
know
make.
Andrew likes lemon cake. And because I know Andrew likes lemon cake, that means that I'm allowing him to be a character.
Yes, see, because you know about
But see,
him.
now I just referenced a story we didn't even tell on here, which doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. But Andrew likes lemon cake, and we just talked about it a few minutes ago, and you remembered it. This is the thing, though. So much of our life we spend, I think, thinking, how can we get other people to remember things about us?
Yeah.
Rather than how can I remember the things about other people. And if we can start to like pay attention to it and just notice how many times you think, I've said this before, one of the wisest things my parents ever said to me growing up is they would say, Whitney, it would probably hurt your feelings if you knew how little other people were thinking about you.
Yeah.
Now, it kind of hurt my feelings for them to say that sentence. But what they're trying to say was, don't be so insecure, or also don't be so self-focused that you think that every time you walk in a room, everybody's thinking about you. Because the truth is, most people are thinking about themselves.
Yeah. We're all too busy
We're
thinking
all
about
too busy thinking
how
about
do I look?
How am I? What am I? But instead, the temptation is to start thinking, well, what do they think about me? And what do they say about me? And what is their thoughts? And let me present me the best. And then it all just becomes about me.
Yeah.
I
remember my youth pastor growing up, he got up on stage one time because he was bugged that nobody was worshiping, or like worship bands up there and all the kids are just like looking around like at
Yes.
Lillian's FCA event, like nobody's engaging. And he said, hey, do you know the reason that some of you aren't worshiping is because you're thinking, what if so-and-so is looking at me?
Yeah.
And he said, but do you know what they're thinking? They're thinking, what
Right.
if you're looking at them?
Right.
And it was really a pivotal idea in my life that helped me step into worship and like a bunch of stuff to just know, like, they're not paying attention.
Right.
They're so preoccupied in how do they look, they're not remembering how I look. And if you'll just be the one that confidently steps out and do it,
Right.
they're all, like, we went to the daddy-daughter dance the other day, and
Yeah.
like half the dads are dancing and the other half are kind of against the side, like nervous.
Yes.
But once one dad would bust out with
Yeah.
some bad dance moves, or we did the kind of like a little conga line action,
Yeah.
then everybody would jump
Right.
in. But most times people are just waiting for somebody to take the lead because they're thinking, what about me? How do
Yeah.
I look?
Yeah. What do you think has been in your life the biggest, you said it, so not super hyper spiritual of making Jesus the center and the main attraction, but what do you think has been the biggest struggle or space or place in your life to be like, I need to be intentional to see that these other people around me are main characters too?
Because before I was like the lead guy, before I was like lead pastor,
Right.
I was sat in the second seat for 15 years
Yeah.
in ministry. And being in the not center seat for so long kind of gave me perspective of like how it makes other people feel when you diminish what they are.
Yeah.
And when you're so hungry for the spotlight, it makes the people around you feel like they're not even important anyways,
Yeah.
and kind of creates insecurity in them.
Yeah.
And so then once I got in, like if you go look at More Church's Instagram, it's not the Trustin show.
Right.
I haven't looked at it in a minute, but I'm like, you probably have to scroll a couple times
You're
before
on
you
there,
see,
but
because there's a sermon clip or something.
Correct.
But it's not,
only you.
and that's intentional.
Correct.
Whereas I've got other friends that like their church Instagram is like 100% their face.
Yeah.
And so I've been a part of ministries like that before, and it just is so man focused instead of community focused. And I think that now that's not easy. I want to make it about me. I want to.
Look at Andrew's face.
What?
He smiled at it like, yeah.
Yeah, I want-
right.
we
a
want
human
to.
wants to.
But I'm like, what good is that?
Right.
Because if the only thing that we put on all of our stuff is me, then how is that relating to anybody else?
Correct.
And why would somebody want to come?
Right.
Because are they even a part?
Right. That's the part that it so like, why are we even talking about it? Because what does that effect of main character energy have on the people around us, and what does it have for the people that we're trying to lead and love, point to Jesus, all the things. And the energy that gives off is such of like, will I be valued there?
Yeah.
And what I see in those ones that are only those pieces and spaces is like, oh, there's clearly only 1 or 2 people valued there. And if I want to be a part of something, I want to be a part of a place where I'm going to feel valued.
Let's break it into like a real practical,
Yeah.
what's a ministry team? The greeter team.
Okay.
It's like the simplest,
Yeah.
on-rampable place to get somebody involved. If the leader of the greeter team demands on every week standing in the spot right inside the lobby, right when the doors open.
Correct.
So this is the
Yeah.
this is the spot. You're still in the vibey music. You're in the energy of the lobby. You're the first face.
Right.
You get the sign. If the leader demands that that's where they personally stand, it's because they got main character energy.
Absolutely.
Because where the leader of the team should stand is floating, is back,
Correct.
observing how the team's doing,
Right.
helping give direction, helping connect to the new person who's on the greeter team who might be a little nervous, not front and center.
Yeah.
And so I think that if we're, maybe this is it, if we're demanding front and center everywhere, it's because we're too main character.
Yep. Yep. I was thinking about it. So this Sunday night is our open house for our church. And we've tried every iteration of connection, welcoming people to the church, helping them getting connected, helping them find their place. And we stole this from some friends of ours, this idea, but we do it now. We've done it almost 2 years now of open house. And what I think is one of the sweetest pieces of open house is that it is actually very little of us being the ones talking and leading. Now we
Right.
do at the end, we share some like, you and Rachel talk at the
History,
beginning, Aaron and I
theology.
talk at the beginning,
Right.
but and you and I share some stuff at the end. But the main gist of the whole night is other people in the church taking them through and showing them other areas and departments. And it's been the most successful thing that we've done. And it's because it shows that it takes all the people to make a place happen and that we all belong here. And I've never thought about it that way, but I'm like, all the other times it was very much the same people speaking it, sharing it, talking about it, and it gave off a different energy. And I've never given really thought to. Part of that is because it took away complete main character energy from the event and instead made it all about the body and the house of which you're joining and being a part of, and how much more people want to be connected to that and say they
Yeah.
want to come and show up to it. And I'm like, well, yeah, no wonder it's so successful.
Yeah.
What?
Well, I'm just thinking beyond ministry.
Yeah, go.
When I was really struggling with like my food
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
and like that was something I was like pursuing really hard, that hunger affected how I influenced all of my relationships. And
Okay.
so like if Rachel and I were going on a date,
Yeah.
that addiction in me dominated her and I's connection on a date and superseded with what I wanted to eat.
Yeah.
And it was because, and that was a evident piece of the pie of in my life of main character energy. If our families would go out for a hangout sometime, I would have the options of the locations of what restaurant I wanted us to go. You remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I would put my shoulder against it as hard as I could because this is what Trust wants to go eat. And it was it was based out of a place of unhealth. The unhealth of me, of eating addiction, was forcing me to be the main character.
It's really good.
And it's like once I wrestled that area of addiction and unhealth in me, we can go to wherever. Like the four of us can go to dinner wherever. Now, if you're going to ask to go to Salada, I'm never going to be like,
Yay.
great. But
Yeah. But if it was my birthday and I said, let's go there, you would go.
I would go. Now, but I might not be thrilled, but I'm not getting a plane.
Right.
Whereas before, it could be your birthday, and I'm trying to go to Mikasinas.
Yeah. No, I get it. That's good. I think it's.
But that translates into
I
other
was gonna
areas
say,
of our own
it
unhealth.
makes me opens up my mind to the idea of like wherever you feel the most. I think sometimes either where you're addicted or whether you feel the most. What is the right word? There's lack, maybe. I think a lot for moms, especially like stay-at-home moms. I remember in that season for me, as you started saying that, I was like, it just revealed this. Like, I remember in the season of being a stay-at-home mom, a lot of like any of the like where we went on vacation, what extracurricular plans we made, what control I could have. It was because I felt like there was lack in some of my life. And so it was like, oh yeah, well, I'm the one sacrificing the most right now. So I'll make the decisions here about those things. And I'm like, I didn't realize, but you're right. The main character energy comes from a place of brokenness, lack, addiction, something. It comes from a place of unhealth.
You're trying to make up for something.
That you're making up for so yes, it's personality driven, but it's also driven from a place where, because I was like, there's a lot of people who don't have you and I's personality who still have main character energy.
Yeah.
They might not be loudly posting their photo on the internet.
Right.
They might be behind the scenes complaining or behind the scenes in their family controlling, or in their jobs, they might be the ones that's secretly the troublemaker causing gossip to spread, but it's really because of this unhealth in them that's causing them to try to be the main character, making everything go according, I like how you said it at the beginning, according to their plot line.
Right.
And I think it's a really important question to ask ourselves of like, where am I trying to control the plot line? Because that is going to help identify an awareness in us of like, oh, where is there some brokenness? Where is there some lack? Where is there what? Maybe it's an addiction. Maybe it's a place where I haven't dealt with, a default that I haven't dealt with yet, that allows me to see, ooh, shoot, I'm trying to be the main character there.
We experience this in ministry all the time because we have a lot of people that are leading teams and leading departments.
Yeah.
And sometimes we have to make a decision that's for the betterment of the body. That's the right next step for the church. But that means that it has to change how somebody else is doing something. Like this year, we didn't do a Super Bowl party in the building. We did Super Bowl parties in people's houses.
Yes.
And so for some people, that interrupted their most comfortable option. And their main character energy choice was to either complain or bow out.
Yeah.
Instead of see like, oh, this is an opportunity for me to do
something different.
Something different, and it's ministry. It might not be like my number one pick.
Right.
But just because it's not my number one pick doesn't mean I need to throw in the trash.
Right.
But when you're living with that main character energy, if it's not going your way, then like, give me my ball, I'm going home.
Yeah.
And that's something that we run into because we have strong leaders all around us.
Right.
But sometimes those strong leaders, we just have to go, that's great, but and just like course correct a little bit. And it's in those course corrections. Well, as adults, we don't like to be told what to do as much.
No, correct. I think the older we are.
But that's not me trying to be main character. That's me saying, this is what's best for the body. And it's not that I'm inserting myself. It's that I'm just saying, hey, I think that we've just got to make a course correction.
Well, anywhere you're in leadership, it's easy either to fall into main character energy or to be accused of it, one or the other. And I think the heart check posture of that is, am I considering the whole picture? Am I considering all the people and all the situations? Am I actually listening to the input? Because the truth is, you and I went into that meeting with a plan of how we were going to have Super Bowl party, but then listening to the input of the team is what actually got us to.
Well, I was going to have it here
in result, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that if you're leading anywhere, it could be in church or it could be in a business, it could be in just the department in your job or whatever. If you're concerned if you have main character energy, you have to be like, someone has to be in charge. Someone has to say, this is the direction we're going. Someone has to say, this is the goal or whatever it is. But is your decision making based in your own comfort, your own idea, your own want, or is it taking in consideration the whole and what's best for the organization, the people connected to it, whatever that right question is? And so the goal of this conversation is not to say, hey, let's just always bow down and always just whatever you want all the time.
Yeah.
Let's instead look at it and go, how can I still tug into more, lead into where I'm called, be who I'm called to be, but without falling in the temptation of making every decision and doing everything based on me and what I want.
It's really good.
Yeah.
So main character energy is, yes, like self-promotion.
Right.
But the other thing that it is when you're living with main character energy, you do everything you can to avoid the punch. I'll keep talking and we'll get there better. I remember Fast and Furious movie came out, Vin Diesel. And to kind of breathe a little bit of life into the franchise, they brought The Rock in, Dwayne The Rock Johnson,
Yes,
right?
this
And
guy.
so now you have Vin Diesel
Right.
and The Rock in this same movie. And I watched a interview with like one of the directors and talked about how hard it was to navigate the set because they both demanded main character energy as they're writing the scripts. And so they have a fight scene, and they said it took months of negotiation between Vin Diesel and The Rock because they didn't want to get punched more times than the other guy got punched. So it turns out like they each get punched 40 something times and they each fall down this many times. And it was because they wanted to like, I'm not taking more punches than him. I'm the main character. And I remember sitting there thinking about that and I was like, this is the most insecure
Right.
for dudes that are 6'5" and yoked up.
Right.
This is the most insecure
Right.
thing I can imagine because you're so hungry to be the main character. And as when you live with that main character energy, you want to do anything you can to dodge looking lesser. Which is in contrast to the Bible.
Right.
Because when I'm weak, he is made strong. He that is low, right, will be elevated. He that is last shall be first. But we live our lives to not get put in our place or not to be like diminished or not
Yeah.
to be like told take a step back because that goes against our flesh.
Yeah, I was going to say
But-
the human nature. But when I think about the people in my life that make me feel the best, they present with never with, not never, but very rarely with main character energy, but rather with see all the other characters. I don't know the other one.
Who did you go to? You just had coffee with somebody the other day. Maybe it was Elena. I don't remember. You had coffee with somebody the other day and you came back and I remember you saying how it was so encouraging.
Yeah.
That like you thought they asked you to coffee to ask you for advice or
Yes.
something. But you came back and you were like, they just spoke
There's-
so much life into me.
Yeah, I
Was it Elena?
don't, maybe Elena, it could have been Dominique, it could have been
Oh, maybe it was Dominique, I think.
so many people.
But that heart is the opposite of main character energy.
Right.
That you're just going to lavish love on
Right.
someone.
No, I think that the people that, like, when you think about genuinely, like people you leave their company and they make you feel better about yourself, they make you feel more encouraged, they make you feel, I think that's really what we want to be. That's the goal that's what I would rather,
That's what I wish I left behind.
that's what I would rather people say about me. But yet, so often our human bend in nature is to be like, "Oh yeah, they're the one who looked awesome."
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to think of like I don't know what Vin Diesel's hope was, but like he's the man. Like that's
Yeah.
the hope that
He's the toughest.
He's,
He's
the
the
toughest,
strongest. He's the hero.
one. And where it's like actually the one who
He's the
just-
hero.
Yeah, they're the hero. Yeah, but it's actually the one who made me feel like a hero or
Yeah.
made me feel like just that they were safe and trustworthy and a place that I could soft place to land. Like those are the people that I want to spend my life around. But then dang, I hope that I leave people feeling better than I found them. But unless we flip that mentality and flip that decision making of like, how can I make people feel around me rather than how do they see me or what do they think of me? I don't know. It will just continue to live in this cycle of trying to be the hero.
Dude, Whitney texted me this week, a mutual friend of ours who's a pastor, that he made a social media post
Oh yeah.
that was like a montage of his Sunday.
Yeah.
And it was 15 photos of him
Of himself.
around the building,
Yeah.
preaching during worship, talking to people in the lobby. Like so many photos. And I'm like, this guy had to pay a photographer to follow him around the entirety of the day to get that many good photos.
And he must have had a secret microphone somewhere because there was a few that were videos. But what I said to you was,
But it's every week. It's every week.
what I said
He's
to you
curating.
was, I'm worried about him. This makes me worried about him.
Yeah.
Because I've seen this story before.
Well, because you're chasing fame.
Yeah.
You're chasing to be the hero.
Affirmation. You're chasing people's approval.
Right.
And like we know how that goes when that's what you are hoping for, because
Well, it works a little.
it works for a minute, but it also leaves you hurt and like confused and like,
But you also start to gravitate to people that feed that.
and that's really scary.
Dangerous.
Super
Alert,
dangerous.
alert.
And like, you know, thankfully for you and I, God has been really gracious that we've not had to learn that lesson the hard way. Just like the kind of just a little bit of crushing hard way, but not the like through actual like demolishment of our lives. I don't know how to say that. Destruction of our lives.
Well, I think that God's been able to teach us that, how do I say it? While we were on the third row.
Yes, maybe that's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Like,
maybe
because
that's it.
I've definitely went through some of that crushing.
For sure.
And like, ooh, that's ugly hearted me.
Yes.
Ooh, why did I act that
Yes.
way?
Oh,
Where
I'm being humbled right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
God's
shoot.
super humbled
For
and
sure.
disciplined some of those things out of us.
But it wasn't at the cost of
Of
my
a
marriage
epic
or my
fail.
ministry or my, you know, epic failureness. But
yeah.
yet I've seen so many people around me that I do love deeply that have. And it's like, if I could just go back 5 years ago and be like, just stop being the main character. If you'll just stop doing that part,
Yeah.
then you'll be aware of, and you'll also have the people. That's the other thing about being the main character is really lonely because you don't actually have any people around you.
No, they're just
They're
supporting
props.
cast.
Yeah, they're just props and supporting characters. And so like it's super lonely then when you get in these spots, you don't really have anyone to actually reach out or to say, "Hey, careful." And so like golly, it makes me nervous when I see that cuz I'm like, "No, you're doing so good. There's no need, there's no reason, there's no
Yeah.
need for that."
If we can take it a little farther and into relationships, like into your marriage.
Yeah.
You know, the Bible says that I'm supposed to love Rachel how Christ loved the church.
Absolutely.
What does that mean? He died for the church. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm supposed to go and physically die, but it means that I'm supposed to make her a higher priority than I'm making me. And I think that a lot of the times that people have major relational tensions is because they're unaware that their wants are more important than their spouse's wants. Because here's how it works. If Rachel's goal is that my wants are bigger than hers in her mind, and
Right.
in my mind, her wants are bigger than my wants, then what we're doing is we're serving each other.
Right.
And if we can serve each other
Then both of
in a
your-
place of humility, both of our needs are being met
Correct.
with a positive attitude.
Right.
It's not done under compulsion.
No.
She's not serving me or loving me or whatever under like, well, I said I would. And I'm not helping her with stuff like, better do it so she'll give something back to me. But instead, when you put the other person in front of yourself and you're both willing to submit to that,
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And we haven't always done that.
Well, I was going to say, I can hear the people who are like, yeah, but the problem is they're not going to. And it's like,
Right.
if I would focus more on them, even if they're not focused on me, then eventually they will see. That's the hope, is that eventually they will see. But if you never change, then you never
Do
change.
it for 3 months.
Yes, see what happens and give it some opportunity to, but also that's how bitterness and resentment grows and grows and grows and then literally becomes the dividing piece. And to become one is a very confusing thing, but the idea is that you let go of your selfishness
Yeah.
and you join with someone else, and then together you build a life based on mutual love, respect, and serving the other. But it's a hard thing to do because human nature is to be selfish, is to be self-preserving. But the benefit on the other side of that is this understanding that like, we can literally care for each other and actually produce a better life. And so, man, I know a lot of marriages that struggle in that because of the fear of serving but never getting it reciprocated. And what I found in seasons where I felt like I was serving more than he was maybe is that if I just kept being consistent, that God would work out the rest. Like God would work out in him whatever was going on. I didn't need to be the one to do that and point that out. And so I think it's a good challenge for the marriages.
When we first met y'all, Rachel and I first met you and Aaron, one of the things that I immediately noticed about Aaron that I was like, I like this guy is that you were driving like a new, I think you had like a Buick
I did.
SUV.
Yes. A Buick Enclave.
Yeah. And Aaron was driving this like old Accord
Yep. Old Honda Accord.
with, I mean, upwards of 300,000, like super
A lot of
high miles.
Yeah, a lot of miles.
And I remember meeting y'all and seeing that when Aaron had a good job.
Yeah.
I remember being like, okay.
Yeah.
Like it just spoke something to
Yeah.
me that I was able to untangibly see, like, this dude really loves his wife.
Right. I was going to say.
Which
you know,
made you guys feel like a safer,
Yeah.
like with all of you and I's,
No, it's a good-
like how we've navigated our relationship was like, this is a health, like that
Yeah.
tiniest, and there's 1,000 of those.
Yeah,
was like,
no, it's really good.
oh, he's a good dude.
Yeah.
She's not hungry for affection.
Right. Because
she's
he's
getting
always
it.
cared to put me in the nicer thing than him,
Right.
just simply as an act of service and love. And you're right. And there's 1,000 of those, which I think speaks to so much of the selflessness of a decision in marriage, of what you said, of what it looks like to love like Christ loves the church. When you say die, that sounds so like heavy. It's like, what does that mean? And it's like, no. We were talking about the other day because we had babies when we got right away after we got married, and I was super young. And when I told Aaron I was pregnant, he was playing video games with some of our friends, and we were joking about it. And there's some, I don't know, there was this. You remember this game, Gran Turismo? It was a bunch of cars, and that was like the game, one of the games he used to play all the time. And so we saw a Supra the other day, and I said, "Yeah, I learned about that from your video games." And he was like, "Yep." And then the day that you told me you were pregnant was the day I put those childish boys things away. And it was only 4 months into our marriage. And so it was like he hadn't had time even as a husband yet to realize that, like, oh, I should put this away. But becoming a dad was like, oh yeah, I must. And like, that's a silly thing. But I think your priorities, your like these games that I love, these silly things that like are small, I don't know, it feels like, yeah, this is just me time. This is what I need for me. But when you can go, you know what, maybe these are some childish things. Like I've shared a ton of times of like my like spending habits. That was all immaturity in me of like childish things of like, oh, I'm going to acquire this and this and this. And these lists of things that I wanted that I made for myself. When I was like, did you really need that? Like, but there are times in our life where we have to recognize, oh, maybe it's time to put away some of these childish things that I'm only looking at because it's the main character energy of what I'm trying to build for myself, and instead go, oh, I should put that away. I don't know.
The Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks.
Yeah.
And so if you find yourself saying or thinking, yeah, but I want,
Right. Yeah.
that might be a little main character.
Right.
Now, we're not saying you can't want things and you can't desire for things.
No,
and
correct.
you
Because
can't-
I've swung the pendulum that direction too.
But there's a point when you realize
right.
that, like, if you're shouting internally, yeah, but I want the position, yeah, but I want the thing, yeah, but I want the meal, yeah, but I want the,
Yeah.
yeah, but what do the other people around you
Right.
want? And maybe they should be written into the script of your story.
Yeah. Maybe their plot line
Is equally as important
equally
as
as important and should have some information.
And if you're living on the other side of the cross on grace, maybe the people that haven't yet crossed that line, their story might be more important,
Yeah, absolutely.
which is why we serve
Yeah.
and give
and invite the people
and invite.
and talk to strangers.
Mic
It's good.
drop.
Love it.
What
Okay.
else?
I don't know. Anything
It's
else?
almost summer.
I mean, it's not, but it is in Texas because
Yeah, Rachel and I put all of our summer clothes literally in a shed in our backyard.
oh yeah,
And so I need to, because we have a small master closet. It's Rachel's biggest gripe about our house.
is
And so we need to like take out the winter clothes out of our closet and bring back in some summer clothes.
the crazy part is though. Oh, look, it changes all the time, but
Is it going to cool again?
it's going to be cool again on Sunday and Monday, and so it's like,
Is it sweater weather?
yeah, it's going to be sweater weather on Sunday. You should wear a sweater, but then the following Saturday is 80 again. It's just the craziest. Living in Texas is the craziest.
We don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing about buying a house in the like if it was built in the 80s or 90s, they did not do closets. Once it was like, I don't know, 2010ish and beyond, now like closets are the size of bedrooms.
Right. I mean, we have a walk-in, but for two people,
Right. Yeah. And we had
It's
had
not- it can't
two
do
just
it.
small. We had to like expand mine a little bit to make it a walk-in, but like we had these two little just tiny little closets, but it's because our house was built in like 78. But now you go look at these new houses and legitimately it's like, oh, it's only a 3-bedroom because the closet is also a bedroom.
Right.
They're humongous now.
Yeah.
It's so interesting.
You know how nice it would be though to be able to have a closet big enough to put a washer and dryer in?
Yes, that would be amazing.
How baller is that? What I want
That's a great idea.
is I want my washer and dryer and my dresser
Yeah.
in the closet.
Yeah.
And then the clothes don't even have to leave.
Right. That would be wonderful.
Hello,
McFly.
McFly.
But also, do you think this though? Because I think this
I don't know if
about
I can
myself.
afford that in my life.
But do you think this about yourself? I'm worried I would not always complete the full task if I did that. If it was that close to my,
Yeah, but let me ask you a question you're not going to like.
I know you're gonna ask.
Do you complete the full task now?
No, my husband does.
See what I'm saying? So
he doesn't
what's
have
it?
main character energy.
So what's it matter? Can you imagine if your washer and dryer in like a big
No, it would
counter
be amazing.
in your
It
closet?
would be amazing. I'm just like, I would be like, yeah, oh yeah, all my jeans are in the dryer. Sweet, I'll just leave them there all week and pull them out of there in order to get dressed. That's
well,
me.
somebody,
That's so
somebody,
terrible.
Sorry, Aaron.
I know. Sorry. Thank
Guys,
God for
we
him.
love y'all. If you have any
Yes.
questions, comments, reach out. If you have been tomming around town, you better post it. We'll give one out next week.
That's right. Yes. I gave the last one away and they were so happy.
Who?
Clay Baker.
Oh, Clay Baker.
He got it. He was so happy. So he literally like came and found me 3 times because I kept saying, I'm going to go get the hat. And I didn't do it. And then finally did because he was so happy. So
You got him.
Tom around, y'all.
Love you guys.
Love y'all.
See you next week.